Welcome back to Real Talk About Feminism. Happy February, you guys.
Today is our lifestyle episode. If you're new here, the first of every month we do an episode we call it lifestyle because it's more like casual.
Yeah.
Like whatever we want to talk about, basically.
Yeah, it's not necessarily feminist space.
Right. And it's going to be so fun. We actually had a listener request that we do this.
Yeah.
So somebody's obviously been noticing that we've gotten so many hate comments lately.
Yeah.
Like out of control. It's funny because like I'll be at work and you'll be like working at home and then all of a sudden you'll be like, did you see like all the hate comments that we're getting? And all of a sudden my phone is like blowing up of comments. And I'm like, what is going on?
And normally we don't pay attention to them, but like sometimes if it's like really a lot on one TikTok or like there's a lot on like YouTube.
A
like
lot on YouTube.
Shorts. But if it's like a lot on one or like all of a sudden they're all raining and it's like, okay, whoa. Like what is happening?
Yeah, like what video's blowing up? What are people so upset about?
Yeah.
It's gotten to the point where a couple times after a couple videos were posted, I like turned off my notifications. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just gonna be reading and reacting to them because it's honestly funny.
We picked our favorites.
Yeah, it's honestly just really funny. But before you guys do anything, you can keep listening to our lovely voices, but go ahead and leave us a rating and review wherever you listen and share it with a friend. And help boost our podcast.
Yes, please and thank you. We love you in advance.
All right, so while you guys are doing that, we're going to talk about our obsessions.
Do you want to go first?
Yes,
Okay.
I'll go first. So my obsession of the week is fries. I'm obsessed with fries, specifically Del Taco crinkle cut
Okay.
fries. But like the past like month, or honestly like 2 months.
2 months.
I've just been like absolutely obsessed with fries to the point where I drove like an hour like one way to get fries because it was in traffic.
Oh, I remember you telling me
like
that.
It was crazy, but like I needed the Del Taco.
And it was Del
ones.
Taco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm obsessed with those. Last week I ended up buying like crinkle cut fries from King Soopers. And I put them in the air fryer, and they're actually like they taste pretty similar to the Del Taco ones. So
I don't really like Del Taco fries. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
My favorite is McDonald's. I love McDonald's fries, and I love Chick-fil-A fries.
I've had more McDonald's fries because Tyler will go there a lot because he has the app, and then like I can't have anything but fries, so I'll just like get some. But I don't know. I just like a thick fry.
I just think they're so good. They're so salty. Like they're like the perfect crispiness.
Mm-hmm. They are very salty, and maybe that's one thing because I don't really like an excess amount of salt. Like I don't put it on anything. And Del Taco fries do not taste salty, so maybe that's why.
Well, I don't put salt on anything, but
I
do.
Like McDonald's fries are salty.
Like it pairs so well with the burger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's my obsession.
But again, you don't eat burgers, so. My obsession, I had such a girl boss moment today. So for those who don't know, I'm like job hunting right now, and I had an interview this morning, and it was like a phone screening. So she was just asking me basic questions. She talked about pay. Basically, I told her my expectations point blank, and then she told me, well, basically like you're expecting too much. This is the scale we could give you.
Yeah.
So I said, could I speak to a hiring manager about that? Like if I were to move forward? She said yes. So I get a call from the hiring manager today before I was about to get in the shower, and I was like, hello. Like I had so much attitude. He was like, is this Mackenzie?
You're like, oh, yeah.
Like, oh, yeah. No, I was like, yeah, this is she. What can I do for you?
Oh.
Or I said, like, who is this? Like, I didn't know he didn't introduce himself.
Yeah.
So it was just a weird conversation. But he was like, well, I wanted to, like, is now a good time for a second interview? And I was like, basically, I was like, I'm going to be upfront about this. I would like to discuss salary because I have certain expectations. And before, like, we go further, I would like to just get everything out there. And so he had me like explain what happened. I said my expectations. He was like, yeah, that is really high to expect. And I was like, okay. But I was like, is there like any wiggle room? Because the Indeed posting said it was this range and that was within what I asked for. Yeah. And he was like, there's really not. And I was like, you heard me because our rooms are like so echoey. I was like, okay, well, I do have certain wage expectations. So at this time, I'm not going to move forward, but thank you so much for your time. And I just ended it there. I did not stutter. I felt like such a baddie.
You didn't say sorry.
I didn't say sorry. And then I like opened my door and I was going to go tell you, but then you opened your door.
Walking out.
You're like, you just had a lady boss moment. I was like, I really did though.
No, it was because I heard you and I was like, okay, like, yes.
Well, yeah, because dad has been telling me, like, don't settle. So that's been in my mind. And I was like, no, I'm not going to settle for
Yeah.
that.
Well, you told me that he said, like, "You're not gonna get that anywhere,"
Yeah,
like, what you asked for.
basically, I told you, like, he was a little condescending, which I didn't appreciate either.
Mhm.
But it just, I was like, okay, well, that's okay. Like, I know the right job will come to me
Yeah.
if I keep looking. So it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was very iconic of you. I'm very
Thank
proud of you
you.
for
I'm
that.
so proud of myself. Okay.
Feminist highlight?
Feminist highlight.
Okay.
Today's highlight is Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and she was the president of Liberia from 2005 to 2018. And I'm going to read the entry about her in this book. I've mentioned it before. I'll put it in the show notes, but it's a great book. And here we go. Trigger warning, rape is mentioned in this. In 2005, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was elected president of Liberia. Africa's first elected female president, she inherited a country suffering from the after effects of a long and violent civil war during which rape and the use of child soldiers proliferated. In 2011, Sirleaf, who studied at Harvard, shared the Nobel Peace Prize with Lema Gobawi, a Liberian activist, and Tawakkol Karman, the Yemeni journalist and activist for their nonviolent struggle for the safety of women and women's rights to full participation in peace-building work. Sirleaf accepted the prize on behalf of all the women of Liberia, the women of Africa, and women everywhere in the world who have struggled for peace, justice, and equality. And that was taken from a quote from her speech after she won the award.
Oh. I love that she accepted it on behalf of, like, all the women
I do
and
too.
recognized that instead of just being like, "Yes, this is me."
I do too. And I love that she was the first female president and she was in office for a long time.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you.
Okay, moving on.
Okay, you guys, reading or reacting to our hate comments. Okay, just to preface, like, we really don't give the hate, like, so much attention. Like, we really
No.
don't.
It's just something like we're like, oh my gosh. Like if there's a comment that's like so misogynistic, we'll like text each other about it. But
Mhm.
like other than that, it's like, what is it doing? Nothing.
Mhm. Or we'll be like, "I can't believe these people are raising kids," or, like, like,
Literally.
stuff like that, or, like, I mean, honestly, the point of this episode is to really be like, there's hate out there still. Like, there are still people who think in, like, such an outdated manner,
Yeah.
which is scary, but, like, there are still tons of people out there. So, like, there's reasons for us doing what we're doing, you know?
Yeah, it's very interesting. And like sometimes I feel like people are just mean, but I feel like sometimes people just say stuff just because.
Yeah.
Like they're behind a screen and
Well, and if you go and look at all these accounts, like, it's mostly a fake picture, 2 followers, no posts. Like, it's just
but there are people who are
there are people that are
like
bold.
serious profiles and you're like, what the heck? There
Mhm.
was one and it was a dad and in his Instagram bio it said like just raising my daughter and I was like, that is sick.
Yeah.
Because he commented like the most nastiest thing.
Mhm.
Just made me so mad.
Yeah. So, yeah, we normally don't give that much hate except for the other day when we posted on the story, like, this, what did the guy even
I
say?
think it's in here somewhere. If we find it, we'll tell you guys.
Okay, yeah, but, like, we never respond to any of these comments, but I responded with, like,
One.
correcting his grammar. 'Cause, like, it was just such a good
It's
opportunity.
hilarious.
And, like, how funny to not respond to the hate, but correct his grammar, like, come
Yes.
on.
Come on, dude. Put him in his place.
Yeah,
Okay, you want to go first?
yeah. Okay, so all of these comments, like, this little group, they all came off of, a TikTok of what feminism means to us.
From that episode.
Yeah, so this was, like, a recent episode, and we got all of these hate comments.
And
So
more.
yeah, and more, but, like, we didn't include them. So the first one was, "We're not equal. It is extreme. Women are the only ones that are heard."
Okay. Next one is once women get back to understanding that equal doesn't mean the same, they will make the world better by playing the role God designed for you.
That one made
I
me so,
can't.
like,
I
ew.
can't.
Um, okay, this one, fun fact, 99.9% of feminists will never know what a bride feels like.
I don't understand that.
Like, no one wants to marry a feminist.
Oh, okay. Well, joke's on you because I've been married. So,
Literally.
fun fact. Okay. Next, drugs are bad, yo.
Like,
What does
why?
that even mean?
Someone else commented, "Two entitled bees." Like, they didn't even like, spell it out. They just said bees.
Okay.
For us saying what feminism means to us.
Yeah, why is that entitled?
I have no idea.
Now that they speak, we realized why we had them all quiet. in the past, sorry to say it, but women think very naive. Bye. That's
Yeah.
so rude.
Okay, the last one that was on this TikTok. Excuse me, not extreme. Y'all need to open your eyes to what you've done to the world and innocent children. You should be ashamed of yourself. Just know I see you and I never forget a face.
So scary.
Okay, that was a woman that commented that.
Was it a real profile?
Yeah, it was real. And I was like,
Girly.
what? There were a few girls that commented on that one. And I was like, come on.
Like, come on, we're girls.
I
We need to
know.
stand together.
But literally, like, I thought that one was so funny because she's like, just know I see you and I
I
never
never
forget
forget
a
a
face.
face.
It's like,
Okay.
okay, you're gonna come
Find us?
find us and do what? Like,
So
people
threatening.
are like so bold. I'm like, what are you even talking
Also,
about?
like the innocent children thing, like what you've done to the world. It's like, girl,
It's like we talk about current events, we talk about like good
all sorts of
things.
stuff.
I
Oh my
can't.
gosh.
Yeah, so those were all left on what feminism means to us. And it was like literally just a clip of us talking about like what it means to us. Like if you guys
Yeah.
listen to that episode, you know, like it was uplifting.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
These next couple are from our episode. Cannot talk today. Our episode of If Women Ruled the World, which I really enjoyed, actually. So good job to you.
Thank you. I enjoyed that episode too, and we did get a lot of hate comments on this.
We did. That was our most recent one before this, right? Like our last one of January. No, our second to last one of
Yeah.
January. So go listen if you haven't. But we just picked out a couple. So this one is women belong in the kitchen making a sandwich or something, not on a podcast imagining what things would be like if they had some sort of power. And this is the one Haley responded to because they spelled woman as like WOMAN.
Uh-huh.
So Haley responded with an asterisk and said women.
That is my biggest pet peeve when people say like
Mhm.
don't say woman and women correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it.
Hate it. Like it's the same word as men, just with WO in front
Uh-huh.
of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the one that we responded to. Like the only one out of all these we've ever responded to. Just because like there's no point. In
There's no
responding.
point. But what kind of comment is that? It's just like I feel like people just say stuff just because, like just to like get a reaction out of us,
Uh-huh.
which is part of the reason we don't respond because why would we put energy towards that?
Yeah.
But like women belong in the kitchen making a sandwich or something. Like, dude, get out of here.
It's just very sexist and also like
So outdated.
he said not on a podcast imagining what things would be like if they had some sort of power. Well, there are women in power today. It's just in the minority. And also we do have power on our podcast by sharing our opinions and our voices. So
Exactly.
like we do have some power.
And also the way to have more women in power is like this, like
Yeah.
sharing your opinions.
Mhm.
So that makes me really upset.
Yeah. On the same If Women Ruled the World, someone else said the amount of death, murder, and sacrifice needed to maintain a society and human civilization is not what women are built to handle. Women create life and nurture it. Men take and protect life. These roles can't be switched just because of feelings.
That's so outdated. And also, why did they capitalize death, murder, sacrifice, and human civilization?
Yeah, I don't
That's
know
so pick
why.
me.
But also they said like men take and protect life.
That's not something to be proud
That's
of.
not something to be proud of. Like for example, we look at like all the mass shooters and they're like
It's
primarily
all
white
men.
male.
Mm-hmm.
White males. Yeah, it's like that is not something to be proud of. It's
No.
also like very
Taking
outdated.
life? Yeah, that's so outdated. That's literally like the men are the soldiers that go out to fight and the women stay home with the children.
Mm-hmm.
That's so outdated.
Yeah. Bye bye.
I'm just thinking. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So these next few are just from like random
Random.
episodes.
Yeah.
So we made a TikTok and somebody commented on YouTube and on TikTok.
Yeah.
They commented on both. I'm like, wow, you really wanted to find us. They said it was a guy. Yeah, something doubled.
Because the TikTok was oh, you know, I had to double it. That was the sound. And so like I had said like when I started the podcast by
Mhm.
myself and then had Ken join as co-host, like I had to double it. And so they said, yeah, something doubled. Like
Like our boob
boobs.
size.
And I'm just like, whoa, that is so out of pocket.
That is out of pocket. That's like a funny one though, but it's like,
Literally
dude,
body
what?
shaming? No, literally. It's like, why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
This one was another like funny one when someone was making fun of me because like I've noticed this, like, in editing and stuff, like, I am a much more, like, active listener where I'll say, like, "Yeah, right, mhm," and you more, like, wait for me to
You'll, like,
finish.
verbalize it. I just, like, am silent
Yeah, you'll, like,
usually.
nod your head and stuff, but
Mhm,
I verbalize it more,
mhm.
which I don't know if you've noticed that too.
I have.
But so anyways, I was, like, Ken's was, like, going on, like, this, um, not rant, but, like, she was talking, making a point, and I was, like, agreeing with her, so I was like, "Yeah, mhm, right." And so he had commented that, just, like, making fun of me, and, like, that one was actually really funny.
It was funny, we were cracking up. Can we find the sound?
Yeah, we can find it easily on here.
Okay. We're gonna find the sound for you guys because it's so funny and you'll see what we're talking about. But after Haley and I were like, "Girl, you sound exactly like Julia Fox." Like, it was giving Julia
Literally, it
Fox.
was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay, this was in August. Oh, it's this.
'Kay.
Okay, so we found it. It was our body, like, neutrality, body positivity episode. So let me play it.
So much because we have so much life that happens to us,
Yeah.
right? Like, especially like for women, like I feel like it's common, like the freshman 15 is like everyone's worst nightmare, like when you
Yeah.
go out to school, but it's like you have so many life changes going on in so many different aspects of your life. Like it that's like the last thing that should be on your mind.
Yeah.
You know? It's like your body is like the least interesting thing about you.
Right,
Honestly.
exactly.
And so it's just it's important to like realize like it really doesn't matter.
I sound so
You sound
uninterested.
so uninterested.
But,
I
like, I
will be honest.
was. I was so like, that was a good episode.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite episodes we've ever done. But that's
Same.
so funny because they commented like, "Yeah, mhm, right," with the
Mhm.
little tea emoji, like the teacup.
Yeah. Like, oh my gosh.
It's
Yeah, that was
hilarious.
funny. That was a funny hate comment because I was like, "Okay,
You're like, "I can't
that's
even, like, say
accurate."
anything."
Yeah, I'm like, "I
Yeah.
can't say anything because I did sound like that."
Mhm.
Um, okay. Another one was on the Sex Ed for Kindergartners episode, which was also one of my favorites that we've ever
Me
done.
too.
Um, somebody said, "Listen to me babble on like I know WTF I'm talking about. Can't stand people like this. Let the kids be kids, you grooming pervs." Like, so if you just listen to the episode,
Exactly. If you listened, this clip could be seen as, like, being taken out of context. If you
yeah,
listen to the whole episode, you would see what we were talking about.
yeah.
It was about consent. It's not about sex
Hmm.
at all. It's about consent.
There's also so many people that will comment and be like, somebody commented and was like, total word barf, like, not even making a point, and it was on one of the feminist highlights. Um, and I was like,
I'm taking personal offense to that.
no, but like, I was like, this is the whole point of these clips are to get you to want to listen to the episode.
Yes.
So we're giving you a little highlight, but you won't actually understand the full context if you don't listen to the episode.
Exactly, and people don't get
People
that.
don't get that. So yeah, I was just like, it's not word vomit. It's not the full clip because you have to listen to the episode.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Word barf.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Okay. Next one. This one is also from Sex Ed for Kindergartners. BS. Only nasty liberal perverts want to teach kids anything sexual. Burn in hell.
Hey, well, apparently they play Rihanna in hell. So
So we're fine.
yeah. Um
But honestly, like, it's just, again, you didn't listen for context. You don't know what we're talking about.
we're not talking about teaching kindergartner sex.
No, we're talking about something that's really important and that actually like helps prevent grooming.
Yeah.
Just like you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, like telling me to burn in hell, that's nothing I haven't heard for some of the choices I've made. So
Yeah,
you
so
can't tell me
it's
that.
fine.
Like, whatever.
Okay, another one. I just thought this one was funny because, like, especially the username. The username was his name was actually Creepy Uncle Sam. Like, that was his
I hate
username.
that.
And it was on one of Nadia's episodes. She was talking, we were asking her, or one of Nadia's clips. We were asking her, what do you wish you knew before you had your period? Or like what is advice you'd give to people with periods? And she said, like, set boundaries when you're on your period. And so creepy Uncle Sam commented, boundaries with what? Dot dot dot. But it was WAT. And like the username just sent me because it's like people like that are the ones leaving hate.
Exactly. And
Like,
it's like just commenting to comment.
yeah, like why? If you don't get it, don't comment. You obviously don't have a period, Uncle Sam.
Creepy Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Ew, I hate
Oh,
that.
another one that we just got was on our Lucky Girl episode, Lucky Girl Syndrome. Somebody commented because it was a clip of me talking about how I got $200, and I was like, it had to be Lucky Girl Syndrome, and he was like, "Congrats on the $200, and also having the most annoying tone ever."
That's so out of pocket.
And I literally looked at that and I was like, that is so out of pocket.
So rude.
But these are the things. Like, okay, for influencers and stuff, I'm sure like the hate can get to them more. But like, it did that phase me at all? No, because like I know that my tone of voice is not weird.
Yeah, and also like what's it gonna do? Stop you from doing
From
everything
being a
you work
podcaster,
for?
like
The
no.
heck?
But yeah, I was just like, who comes up with that?
That's so aggressive.
Because at first, like I saw it pop up on my phone, and I was like, oh, someone's like being nice. Congrats on the $200. And then I saw the end, and I was like, oh, okay,
Oh.
that was mean.
The preview, it's like, congrats on the 200. Oh.
Yeah, I'm like,
after you open it.
how nice. Oh, actually,
Oh.
no. So yeah, those were just some of our hate comments. Obviously, everyone is gonna have haters in life. It really doesn't matter. You just have to ignore
Mm-mm.
it. But sometimes it's funny to laugh because obviously none of these affected us or the way that we do run our podcast or like what we put in every week. But like, it's just funny to react because
And
like
to,
it's so outdated.
yeah, and to me, it also shows me like why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Because there's obviously like so much miseducation out there
Yeah.
about feminism and like our whole platform.
Hmm.
So I think it's important, and like regardless of like who says crap about our podcast, like we're gonna keep going.
Exactly. And it is, I agree with you. It is really important because like some like you wouldn't think that people still have those opinions, but
Mm-mm.
like doing the podcast, like we've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, wow, there's actually so many outdated opinions and like
Mm-hmm.
it's scary that how many people think that way still. I thought we'd evolved as a society.
Right?
But you know, like it is like it does show us like we do have reason to do this still because obviously like people who listen to our podcast, it's not like these haters are going to be listening and wanting to learn, but like we have the opportunity to like teach people and like grow ourselves and stuff.
Right.
So it is just another reason why we keep doing it.
Right. Well, as Haley said in the beginning, rate and review, share with a friend. Follow us on Instagram at Real Talk About Feminism Pod, same handle for TikTok. Subscribe to our weekly email newsletter. And with that being said, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.